On his way to school, a boy stopped on the bridge which crossed the river on the outskirts of town. There were fish in the river, and there were birds in the nearby tree, and he wondered why. At his feet, some ants were struggling to carry a load far too big for them. Other ants just streamed by, and he wondered why. A young couple crossed the bridge, hand in hand, oblivious of anything but each other, and he wondered why. A military truck full of soldiers rumbled across the bridge, and he wondered why. Behind them was a man with a worried expression on his face, driving an expensive car, and he wondered why. An old man, walking with the help of a cane, shuffled onto the bridge. The boy thought maybe he would know, and said, "What is the meaning of all of this?" "Not a damn thing," said the old man, with a scowl, and shuffled on across the bridge. The boy looked at his watch, realizing how late it was, picked up his satchel, and hurried on to school, and wondered why. And the river flowed on. We all just breed, educate our offspring, and then we die. And we do all of this to a backdrop of people agitating, rising up, overthrowing the political elite, become the oppressors themselves, form empires, sink into overindulgence and debauchery. From the masses arise another group who overthrow them. Out of that same group, from the same masses, arises an enlightened person. He shares his insight while being persecuted. In time he dies. His teachings morph into a religion, which as it ages, turns into a socio-political organization. Then another enlightened person appears to share his insight with the masses. He in turn is persecuted by the previous religion, dies, and this whole cycle is repeated again. Is there any way to escape from this endless, pointless cycle? If the answer was obvious, we would all have it. But few people question it, or know where to start questioning it. One bit of wisdom, which has come down through the generations, is understanding life is not an intellectual process. It's a process of entering the inner consciousness. Entering the inner consciousness is found, is experienced, when the mind is still. The danger people face is they develop a concept of what the inner is, and they mistake that concept for the reality. And in practical terms, they're no better off than people who never questioned life at all. They're still lost in the illusion of thoughts, of mind and matter. The starting point to really understanding life lies in being consciously present in this very moment. In this very moment, we're on the verge of understanding it, of making sense of everything. It's the very rarest of human experiences. People are frightened to let go. They're frightened that everything that's real to them will disappear in a puff of smoke. But that's not the way it works. It takes dedication and practice and commitment. The reward is escaping the illusion of this endless cycle, this endless, pointless cycle, and ending up in conscious life itself.